Okay, so titration allows you to determine the precise endpoint of a reaction and therefore the precise quantity of the reactant in the titration flask. Before you take the initial volume, which you read at the bottom of the meniscus right here, so that would be 0.4, and then you let some of the liquid out, and then you take the final volume and you subtract the two to determine the difference in the volumes. Before each use with the burette, we rinse it with water and then primed it 3 times with our solution, sodium hydroxide.
The initial volume is 5.2. The final volume is 37.2. The initial volume was 5.2. The final volume was 37.2. So the difference was 32 milliliters of sodium hydroxide.
So my initial volume is 1.5 milliliters. Okay, my final volume now is 43.3. Beautiful pink. So my initial volume was 1.5 milliliters, with my final volume being 43.3 milliliters. So the difference was 41.8 milliliters of sodium hydroxide.
So I'm doing a titration today, and to start off with, my initial volume is 1.3. Okay, so my endpoint now is at 36.4 for my final. So we had to add a little bit more because it turned white, and the final volume, the new final volume was 36.7. So we had an initial volume of 1.3, a final volume of 36.7, and the difference was 35.4.
The initial volume is 0.4 milliliters. Alright, so the final volume is 28.2. The initial volume was 0.4 milliliters, and then I subtracted the final volume, which was 28.2, which gets you 27.8 milliliters for the volume.
Now wash the beans.
See, that is the most beautiful pink I've ever seen. Oh.
Here, you're good. Whoa, this is good.